So, what do you think the learning curve of broken file removal is?
Well, that's a good question. The learning curve on the broken file removal kit is a bit steep because it's a really complicated technique. Everything's really tiny. It's a very microscopic technique as well. However, I will say that as I learned the directions for use more exactly, it worked more often.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, most of the people that call us to tell us how it's working for them will explain that until they read the directions for use 3 or 4 times and understood all the parts of the technique, they were doing things like constant pressure on the foot pedal. So the ultrasonics would blow apart really quickly, or they didn't know when the loop should be used. And so they're trying to pull a file out that wasn't loose yet. So just learning all the things that you teach on file removal have been a huge help. I'm actually look forward to it because I get a sense of accomplishment, and it's nice to show off a little bit and you can get a file out.
So you think everything is predictable?
Once you learn the technique, everything's predictable. Is it a difficult technique to learn? It's complicated. It's not rocket science, but it's a little fussy detail. And we want to get the file out. We don't want to over-enlarge the root canal and weaken it. There's a lot of things going on. It's already a retreat case. There's probably a failure involved in it. So those are tough cases all the way around. It's nice to have a tool to get broken files out, especially my own. If I break a file, I want to get it out. So then we don't have to talk about it. Right. If you get the file out before the end of the patient appointment, didn't really happen. You don't have to talk to him about a broken file.
So when you broke an instrument, do you always tell your patient that you broke an instrument?
Only if I get to the end of that appointment and haven't gotten it out yet.
Oh, okay.
I never let them leave my office with a broken file in their tooth without knowing it.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's nice. Okay.
So my rule for myself is if I break a file and I get it out, I don't need to worry the patient. It has nothing to do with what they're going to do. Right. So if I break a file and I can't get it out, it's like, hey, Mrs. Jones, we had a file come apart. We're almost there. We're going to be able to get it out, but we're going to need some more time.
Okay.
So then you just bring it back and it comes out easier the second time. But your file, the first, that appointment is a little difficult.
Okay.
I like what Mahmoud said about that. When it's his file that breaks, it's hard to get out. When it's somebody else's file that breaks, it's really good to be the hero. Instead of in shame because I broke a file.
Yes. You can never be a hero if you broke an instrument. But you can be a hero if you remove a broken instrument that somebody broke.
Exactly. That's right.
Yes.
And you're not a hero if you remove your own broken file. You're just barely making it by.
You can practice on broken file removal if you broke an instrument.
Right.
It could be a good practice.
So are you recommending that people intentionally break files to practice this technique?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Great idea. Yeah, I'll break the next 3 files I use.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
So try to think. It's not pain in the neck.
Oh, right.
But it's a fun time to enjoy the broken file removal.
And I never thought I'd say that, but once you understand the importance of the length of the file segment, the importance of the angle of the canal, where the file segment is, the broken edge is, once you understand when to use the loop and when ultrasonics will do the whole trick, then it's just a step-by-step approach. And if it's not loose yet, don't put a loop on it. If it's not loose yet, maybe you need to bring the semilunar trough around the two sides and get it a full 180. So all those technique tips you have are now worked into the kit directions, and I think it works pretty well. In fact, one of the things that we've also come out with is a 6-part series on your technique. So I took your slides from your lecture, rearranged them in a keynote presentation, and then narrated it, and it's posted online. So if you go to delendo.com, DELENDO.com, you'll find the Terauchi file retrieval courses. And each of them is a little short. They're just, I think, 6, and they're less than 10 minutes long each. Yeah, so they're little chunks.
I have seen many people having difficulty loosening the instrument with the ultrasonic tape because what they are trying to do is creating a space, but it's not semicircular. It's like a little space. But
like a square space?
Yes. But it has to be more than 180-degree semicircular space.
Do you think they ever get the wrong spoon?
Maybe.
So it's facing the wrong direction?
Maybe. Yes.
Because if the file is here and you have the convex surface against the file, you're going to ditch it out on the inside.
But you need to start with a spoon tip first.
Yes.
Because the spoon tip covers only 1/4 circle.
Unless you move the handle a little bit.
Yeah.
If you move the handle a little bit, you can pick up another 30 degrees.
That's why you need to use a straight tip to complete the semicircular space, 180 degree.
Yeah, I agree. I understand that.
If it's short of 180 degree,
it won't work.
It won't work. You cannot loosen the broken instrument.
So just being on the inside of the curve isn't enough. It's got to be around the two sides.
Especially when the broken instrument is large, like a number 40K file or more than that. It's difficult unless you create a 180-degree semicircular space.
Right. One of the things that's critical for me in getting that space cut is to sharpen my spoons and spear tips every single case.
Yes.
And sometimes in the middle of a case, if I've been working on a canal wall, doing the semilunar trough, and it's slowing down, then I'll pull it out, sharpen it with the brownie point, and then it cuts very much a lot better.
That's a good idea. So instead of increasing the power setting, you need to sharpen the tip.
Right.
Then you can maintain the sharpness with the tip and cutting efficiency.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I do. Every time I feel.
You taught me that.
Yeah.
Right. So we're trading techniques. I've taught him a couple techniques in my day, and it's really nice to have him return the favor and teach me a technique that has always frustrated me. And now I feel like almost every single time I'm going to be able to get that file out of the tooth. And that's a really fun thing when you know how to do it. When you don't, it's horrible. When you do, it's a kick. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for designing this technique, and you need some collar stays.
Okay. And thank you for giving us an excellent hands-on course today.
My pleasure. It was a lot of fun.